Hello, bros and gals. This is James Vonda Gaming, and today we're going to be doing something out of the ordinary. I play games, don't I? Well, we're going to be watching an anime. Or, not watching an anime. We're doing a review on an anime called Your Lie in April, and it's just going to be my thoughts and opinions, and I'm going to give it my own rating. And for you people who haven't seen it, I'm just going to show you this little opening here, and I hope you guys enjoy the little opening and enjoy the review, and I'll see you guys in a second. We're going to start right here. Okay guys, so now we're going to move on to the review and basically what I think of it. Now, this story is about this piano prodigy, Kosei Arima, and he basically was a very good piano player, of course, because he's prodigy, and he was a little kid who was just really good, and he dominated everything. He won all his competitions, and he was famous among the child musicians of his class. And after his mother, who was his instructor, or piano instructor, died, he basically just went crazy while performing at a piano recital that you see. I think in the first episode, it may be the second episode. Maybe the second episode. I can't remember which one episode it was, but it was basically an episode. And basically, what happened was he was no longer able to hear the sound of his piano. And since he couldn't hear even though his hearing was good, it's just that whenever he played, he couldn't hear. And basically, 2 years later, because he stops playing piano, 2 years later is where we start off in the show, where everything starts happening to his life. He hasn't touched the piano, and he basically resigns himself to living a life with his friends, and that's all he does. With his friends are Tsubaki, I think, Tsubaki, Watari, and that was basically all his friends until one day he meets this girl who changes basically his whole life. Kaori Miyazono, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I can't remember how old they said she was, but she's pretty cool. I think she's in the same age group. I would imagine so. They were in the same middle school, I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, the same age, I'm pretty sure. And she was a violinist, and he was a pianist, and she basically brought back his love for music, and this is what changes the entire thing. She showed him that music is different than how he played it, because he played music down to the last thing of how his music was told him to play. He played it to whatever it told him to do, and he didn't make it his own. And she teaches him to make it his own, which wasn't something he was used to. And this basically gives us a cool, it's just awesome. And now we're going to go on to the characters. Oh yeah, and by the way, just a little hint, we're not going to be talking about the main character, because we kind of already explained him. Kosei, we already kind of explained him, so let's just move on to the next characters. Okay, so one of the main feature characters of the story, Kaori Miyazono, the person that, what's his name? The main character starts falling in love with. Sorry, I don't remember the names. And hey, look, my mic. Anyway, let me get this up. Just make that less look more realistic, and you don't see it. Anyways, crappy mic. Kaori Miyazono. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing the name. But the main character is one he liked, and she's a violinist. And she basically is friends also with Tsubaki, and we'll get on to her later. But she was always judged, apparently, in the show by her judges whenever she did a violin contest, because she, like I said, she never played her music by the score exactly. She played it and made it her own. But just because of that doesn't mean that the audience didn't love her. That was the most thing. The audience loved her, and that's what she thrived for. She wanted her music to move people, and that's what she tries to install into Kosei. Now, by the way, it's weird. I just now noticed this. I put my headphones back on. But anyways, Kaori first met Kosei after she asked Tsubaki to basically introduce her to Watari, to set her up with Watari. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know who Watari is, that's Kosei's basically friend anyways, guy. So yeah, info there. And as the story moves along, she eventually basically motivates Kosei to play piano again. And at first, she only could make him become the accompanist for her. And since he became the accompanist, he started loving playing piano again, and he began doing his own competitions again. And we see his struggles, and he goes through them, and it's a really good story. So now to the next character, Tsubaki Tsubaki Sawabe. Sorry, I had to look. I actually got the sheet now of the name, so I remember him. Tsubaki Sawabe. Tsubaki Sawabe. Basically, she was his childhood friend. She was the childhood friend of Kosei. They played together. They did everything together, and that's why they both like each other. I'm pretty sure, but they just don't say anything. They don't. I don't know. They just think of each other. They think they see themselves like Kosei thinks that she sees him as a brother, and she thinks that he sees her as a little sister. So that's just kind of how it went. Tsubaki, although she's very athletic because she's shown through the anime, that's how you first meet her, is through athletics, and how she hits Kosei on the head with a baseball by hitting the crap out of it and knocking it through the window and hitting him in the head. And that's the first time you meet her. At first in the series, she denies even liking him at all in that way, but as the series moves on, she actually develops secret feelings for him while she's going out with this other guy. I forgot his name, but I may have him in the character list as well, talking about him. But anyways, on to the next character. The next character we have is our good old guy, Watari. He's the cool friend of Kosei, and he's athletic as well, plays soccer. He's like a jock, and he's pretty funny to be around, because honestly, I see a little bit of him in me, sadly. I mean, I'm not that big of a pervert as he is, but I like to have fun like him. And he helps Kosei and gives him a lot of good advice, and it just helps. I think he's a comedic relief, basically, in the anime, and he also gives good advice to Kosei. And he's a really good part in the anime, and he helps it a lot, I think. Onto the next character. Now we're gonna go on to basically, I'm gonna call this here. Let me check. I'm about to look at my score. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to, let's see. I'm gonna go on to visuals. We'll see you on visuals. Oh yeah, actually, I want to mention two more characters, and it's just gonna be a brief note. But basically, these two characters are like characters of like Kosei's childhood, basically competition in the piano world, to where they looked up to him, and they're the reason, like, seeing him play made them want to play, and they're actually really good characters and interesting, and weren't developed and should have been developed more. That's one thing I'm going to harp on about the characters, why I don't think the characters got a perfect score of anything in the anime, because this should have been worked on. These characters were interesting. This girl who really looked up to Kosei, she really liked him, and she liked it when he played. Like, he used to, I think actually it said that the first time he played his own recital, he kind of played, and it moved her. And she said that he doesn't play like he used to when he started playing mechanically and accurate, which I thought he always played accurate, but shows what I know. And also the guy that thought he was good at piano and basically was the best until he met them, and then he saw that he wasn't the best. I think that's how they portrayed him. I forgot the guy's name. Forgive me. He's got spiky hair. He's like a Super Saiyan running around. And basically, he's a pretty cool character. He adds some contrast to the difference. Like, they're very different from the other parts of the story. They're like a side story that needs to be, I don't know, just something should have been done with them. Anyways, on to the visuals. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about after getting to that boring part of the characters, just want to introduce you to the characters. We're going to talk about the visuals, and the visuals in this anime blew me away. I thought that Aniplex USA, I think they do it, or A1 Pictures, it's really good, and I thought Sword Art Online, because they did Sword Art Online, looked good, but to me this looks better now. There is like a picture I've seen floating around where like the eyes of this girl that Kosei ends up teaching piano, but that's, you'll learn that later, but it doesn't worry. It's not a spoiler, by the way, guys, because she literally doesn't matter. Like, well, she matters somewhat in the story, but whatever. Basically, her eyes were like jacked up, like they forgot to add a pupil in or something, and it looked really weird. But other than that, I give the freaking visuals of this just amazing. Well done, A1 Pictures. Okay, now we're going to talk about my just overall enjoyment of the series and what I think of it. Watching this series, I didn't know what to think about it because I'm in band, which is, make fun of me all you want, band kid, whatever. I don't know how I'd think about this because it's a musical anime, but it's really interesting. A lot different. It's like classical music, but I really love it. And by the way, the intro I showed you guys in the beginning, oh my gosh, I've been replaying that so many times. It's really good. I love the intro. And it's just like, it's very interesting, and the characters, I love the characters. They move along the story. And one thing I want to talk about is that I saw this one review saying that, like, they said that they thought, like, some of the things were forced, like melodrama for melodrama, like, I think basically saying, like, having a romance to have a romance. And to me, like, they were saying, like, the plot could go along without it, and I think the plot kind of needed it. It helped boost the plot, in my opinion, and it made me like. I think I liked it better with it. Now, maybe it's because I like romances a lot more better, or maybe you'll disagree with me, but I think the romance added an essence to it that I actually liked, and I don't think made worse. I actually liked it. Now, they thought it was for no reason, and to me, it seemed like that was the way it was set up. I mean, that from the beginning, it seemed like he liked her, but it wasn't going to be that way. Like, I could see it putting romance elements into it already, like showing two girls that he thought he had interest in, Tsubaki and the blonde girl's name. Sorry, forgive me, I forgot. So yeah, guys, if you guys haven't checked it out, you guys need to check it out. I really liked this anime. I basically binge watched it in one night, and it's 22 episodes. I binge watched this thing an entire night. It was amazing. Sorry for the amazing. It was amazing. I'm gonna give this anime I'm gonna give it a score of an 8.5. Now, guys, out of 10, and do not, if people who love this thing, do not come in herds of hate, because an 8.5 out of 10 is like, some people expect, like, I've seen it on MyAnimeList.com, it's like, I think it actually is an 8.9 or something like that, or 8.4, I can't remember what it was, but there's a lot of people who give it 10, so I don't want people to give it 10s and think it's a masterpiece to come at me. Don't be like those Sword Art Online fans, please, who hate on everybody who doesn't give it a 10 out of 10. So, anyways, I think you guys should go check it out. Go watch it on Crunchyroll so you can watch it legally and not basically pirate it. I think it helps the anime community and gives us more anime. You're helping anime to get more anime. Win-win. So, this has been my review. Sorry if you guys didn't like it. This is my first time trying to do something like this in a while, and hopefully you liked it and enjoyed, and hope you guys have some fun time watching anime, and this is out of the ordinary, but I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, or dislike it if you didn't like it. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been James Viner Gaming, signing out.